Ladies and gentlemen, Russia has just banned Chinese citizens from entering the country due to the coronavirus. Okay. And regardless of me being in a good and silly mood, I am covering the COVID-19 situation because I'm an excellent planetary defense commander. Ian Bremmer, fatality rate of the coronavirus, 2.3% on Chinese numbers. Fatality rate of seasonal flu, 0.1%. So, if you are not one of my wiser, smarter people at home, the coronavirus is definitely more fatal than the flu. Coronavirus fatality rate, 2.8% of male patients, 1.7% of female patients. So, this is a big win for the anti-patriarchy crowd. Ages 80 plus, 15%, 70 to 79, 8%, 60 to 69, 4%. And I imagine the numbers keep trending down, though I wouldn't want any babies to catch this thing. And if you add in the fact that, some researchers and scientists and doctors have estimated that it could hit 60% of the population on Earth, that would leave the death toll in the hundreds of millions. Jerome Blockland, some really insightful charts by United Bowel Syndrome on how the coronavirus has paralyzed China's economy. Oh, I believe UBS is a bank, but you probably already knew that. Yeah, dude, no matter what, the economy's getting hammered. Look at it this way. It's like having a basketball team, right? And so China is like your center. The United States is like your point guard. And the other countries in the world are your other three players. So you've got one player, and only half of that player is playing in a game. It's really going to hurt your game. Okay, that analogy sucked. Japan appears to be on the cusp of a large outbreak and may be epidemic growth in Japan. We need to watch it very closely. Hubei is under martial law, essentially. Unclear what's happening in the mainland China. They were only testing people with travel to Hubei and Wuhan. Could be epidemics. Singapore says they got the shit under control. As of high noon, the coronavirus official numbers, which are asterisk, 73,000 infected, death toll at 1,873. There are a lot of reports that say the crematoriums have been running for like 2 weeks straight, and so the death toll would actually, by those projections, would be anywhere from 50 to 100,000. Do you trust Chinese government numbers? Do you trust American government numbers? I believe the coronavirus is a bioweapons lab item that escaped and is not a controlled event. That's what I believe. You're free to believe whatever you want to believe. But either way, having anywhere from 400 million to 779 million people stay at home for a month is going to affect the global economy in very severe ways at some point. I had been warning about the potential of some type of horrible thing happening around the Pluto-Saturn conjunction. That is where the Batmen live. So, bad joke. And if anything, this whole situation is showing just how bad governments are at working together on large-scale problems. Another morning at Travis Air Force Base, but today is the day people have been anxiously waiting for. The 14-day quarantine period is over. The first group of evacuees from Wuhan, China, flew there on February 5th. But there have been reports that can go up to 24 days without showing signs, and can stay on surfaces from 5 to 9 days. 5 to 9 days. And I want to take this time out to point out the fact that for the last 3 or 4 days, we've hit like a dry spot, or we've hit a wall with information coming out of China. Our government is not telling us anything. And so at a time where the news should be rushing in, it's actually trickling in. So it is my firm belief that this will be an American problem in March, anywhere from 2 weeks to a month away. And it would appear that our government is not going to do anything about it. if it is going to be a serious situation. And that the only thing they're really interested in protecting is high stock market prices, which seem like they're going to fall regardless at some point. Apple's numbers are down after they gave out a revenue warning saying having the whole country shut down and its parts makers out of work is going to affect them greatly. President Moon Jae-in said the spreading coronavirus is an emergency for South Korea's economy and called for extraordinary steps to minimize its impact. What about the people, though, dude? Is it an emergency for the people? Japan's infection rate, as I said, has doubled. And I want to mention that you have to be being tested for the coronavirus to get the coronavirus, to have it reported. And so if places aren't testing for it and you die of a undisclosed lung infection, then it doesn't count. So I don't trust any numbers from anywhere. And I've heard reports of there are cases in several hospitals across the United States that just aren't being reported in the news. I don't want to spread any false gossip, but I just think the fact that our numbers have stayed still in America and that the news has almost dropped off, I doubt the infection has dropped off, bro. Yeah, it appears 20 times as deadly as the flu, and we are definitely seeming to go under some type of censorship unless, as one random YouTube commenter said, this thing's just going to go away in a month, which I don't believe in any terms. U.S. officials learned cruise ship evacuees are infected at the last minute, meaning I think like 1 or 2 people got released when they shouldn't have. Here's a weird story about the Cambodia Prime Minister came out to greet passengers in a cruise ship and it was embracing people. There were no protective masks. And then he let people off the ship, and apparently those people may have been infected. Yeah, everything about this story just gets weirder every single day. More and more evidence is suggesting that the coronavirus originated at a government bioweapons research facility in Wuhan, rather than the story sold to the public by the media. Who do they work for anyway? Yeah, but like there are videos out of China. Like if I really want to get depressed and upset, I watch the videos that are out of China. There's still some coming out of there, and like you can see, look at that, dude. That's like just people stacked alongside of the roads. And so it's really just a weird situation overall. And there are reports that the coronavirus can reinfect people, and the second infection can lead to heart failure. Doctors in China who say patients who recover from COVID-19 can be reinfected and significantly more likely to suffer fatal heart attacks due to the nature of this bioweapons virus. Super Hot Tracy Alloway letting us know China's flight capacity has shrunk so much in the midst of the coronavirus outbreak that its aviation market is now smaller than Portugal's. Although if you're not good at geography, that may not blow your mind. 1.7 million seats, almost 80% of capacity, dropped from China's services. And China may postpone its annual Congress in March, its biggest political meeting of the year. So, I'm doing what I can to keep you guys updated. It's a weird situation, and the information is hard to decipher, although it's, like I said, I think it's an uncontrolled situation. Though everybody, or not everybody, but a lot of people on YouTube always like to think someone's in control of everything. But I believe in God, so. And I also know how flawed man can be. You know, the divorce rates of the super rich are actually higher than normal people, so they don't always have their shit totally under control, bro. Okay, stay cool. God bless everyone. I love you, and I'll talk to you soon.